Hey guys, we are back live. It's we're having tomatoes for dinner night. Just kidding. It's about 4:15. Hope you're all doing well on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Warmed up a little bit today. It's been super dry. Hope you're all doing good. So anyway, what do we have going on? Oh, wait a second. Whoa, getting ahead of myself here. Had to do the disclaimer. So just remember, everybody, don't take anything that we're saying here as medical advice. It's for informational, educational purposes only. And if you have any questions, seek out one of your super knowledgeable medical providers, especially if it's about hormones or metabolic health. All right, hon, what do we got going on?
Make sure they're qualified.
All right.
Tomatoes. Janie keeps giving me tomatoes. So
yes, they're farm fresh.
You're having some leftover cornbread from last night.
Cornbread.
Corned beef.
Corned beef. Wow. We really have our stuff together here tonight.
That would be amazing if we were having cornbread.
Okay, so leftover corned beef.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Which
Brisket.
it looks like we're like rationing it, but there's more over there.
Yeah, no, we were just adding some of that for leftovers, guys.
Yeah.
And then you made some chaffles.
I did because I wanted BLTs since Janie's giving me so much tomatoes. So I bought lettuce over the weekend and I made bacon and I'm going to have BLTs.
Yeah, so tell us really quick how we make the chaffles.
So I doubled it, but I had 2 cups of mozzarella, 4 eggs, and a half a cup of almond flour.
All right,
mixed together, put it in there.
Just a regular waffle maker.
Regular waffle, yeah.
Yep, okay, good deal. And they're good.
Yeah.
Delish, okay. And then you did some air fried bacon.
Yeah.
So,
those underneath look a little better.
Yeah, it's all right. They're very air fried. And then we've got our usual, the Jane's Crazy seasoning and the Redmond salt.
Yeah.
And then over here,
you
did some more of your little pepperoni and cheese chips.
Oh yeah.
These are super good, and that's why we had the tomato or the spaghetti sauce back
Yes.
over there on the other side. So we dipped them in this. But what are these?
Sharp cheddar, thin slices cut in quarters with a pepperoni on top and Rosette's everything bagel seasoning on some, garlic on some, salt on some.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what did we cook in this pan back here?
Oh my gosh, I just saw that. So annoying.
Yeah, that's the kids made. One of them made some chicken in there earlier and didn't clean up after themselves. Okay. So, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Why do the kids need to clean up after themselves?
Why would they? They have people for that. We're here for them. All right.
So that's about it. But today I talked to somebody who's newly divorced, and she was just saying food is hard for her because she's by herself. And I totally get it because the couple times you were out of town earlier this year, I thought, oh, I'm still going to do a steak in the air fryer or a burger, but instead I just ate meat and cheese rolled up. So I get it. If you're all by yourself, it's very hard. But eventually, if you have an air fryer, you could do eggs and bacon in the air fryer, eggs on the skillet. You can do burgers and steak and chicken wings and all that.
Yeah, hot dogs, brats. We do those in the air fryer sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's a
really
lot
good.
of effort just for one person, but your health depends on it. So, and then just remember, muscle mass is what we're after. Muscle mass is a best marker of longevity. So you have to start weightlifting.
Yeah, resistance training is important, and I know a lot of ladies are resistant to resistance training. But you're worried about putting on too much muscle, getting too big. Don't worry about it. And honestly, who cares anyway? We're replacing fat with muscle, and that's the goal here. We want to put on as much muscle as possible. Are you going to weigh more? Muscle's heavier than fat, so maybe you're going to put on a couple of extra pounds of weight. But we don't care we don't care how much we weigh. We care where the weight is coming from.
Yeah. So stop weighing yourself. Because the scale does not tell you, like Mark did the InBody last week on himself, it doesn't tell you the body mass, your skeletal mass, your water weight, it doesn't tell you anything. It is a liar.
Totally. Yeah, and if you guys are interested in that, I did it on a body composition analysis. I did it on myself and on the InBody, and I did we did a live video on that a couple weeks or about a week ago, right?
Yeah, it was sometime last week.
Gotcha.
But with these GLP-1s, the semaglutides, the Ozempics, phentermine, I did phentermine back in, I don't know, it was before the kids were born. They were born in 2007. I lost 15 pounds immediately, but it was muscle mass that I lost. And then when I stopped it, I gained everything back plus, because when you lose muscle mass and you go off, you replace all that with fat. So
yeah. And then you're metabolically in worse shape than you were before when you started. And then if imagine, and this is what I talk about with all of my clients when they sit down and do the body composition, is like you go through what we call that yo-yo dieting, on and on, off again, on again, off again. And after a period of doing that over 4, 5, 7, 10 years, at the end of the day, you know, you're much worse off than you were when you started because you've replaced all of that muscle that you had with fat because you keep losing muscle.
Yeah,
So,
it's...
hey, speaking of Ozempic, we were going to talk a little bit about that lady who got on and talked about Ozempic, the doctor a while back. We were just chatting. We were talking about what we should mention on what's for dinner, and I was like, you know, there's a really big push. You guys have probably noticed this, especially people who follow us and like some of the other influencers around. The big push is you know that you can't heal yourself, that food doesn't matter, that it's genetic. You know, it's just obesity is a genetic disease. There's nothing you can do about it. And there was a doctor who got on TV. I don't remember what show it was because I didn't see it, but she was promoting Ozempic. It was around that time, and she was talking about just what I said. And what they didn't tell you though is they conveniently left out the fact that she was actually paid by Ozempic. She was on their payroll. So she just
What?
And there was one other expert that was on this panel in this show talking about the same thing, and that person also happened to be on the payroll. So,
But none of that matters because you get that sensational thing out, and then you come back later and you say, "Oh, we forgot to tell you." Nobody's listening to that part.
yeah.
So super frustrating.
When that whole thing was coming out with Ozempic, I remember we had patients calling and we're like, "Hey, can we get this? Can we get this? Can we get this?" And it was like, and I remember you telling people, "No, I'm not doing that." You know.
And I had a friend that folded, and she started offering it, and I just don't think it's good. The thyroid cancer and just, you know, lots of things. But
Yeah, but the bottom line,
the problem is you don't address the underlying food addiction. So when I went off phentermine, I gained all the weight back plus some because nobody taught me I shouldn't be eating apples and bananas and low-fat yogurt and low-fat granola and wheat bagels and Raisin Bran and skim milk and all the stuff that just keeps your sugar up high, which makes you release insulin, and insulin's a fat storage hormone. All I needed to do was change my food. Not easy because you're addicted. Which another thing I was thinking about too, when you know people that have quit drinking or quit drugs like heroin or meth or quit tobacco, nobody goes to someone that comes up to them and says, "I quit cigarettes 6 months ago." Nobody says, "When are you going to have a cheat cigarette?" They'd be like, "What do you mean?" You know, like cheat. Are you going to cheat on your birthday with a cigarette? Like, no, nobody does that. But we do it with food. And I said it again today to somebody. If you choose to indulge, you have to just know what kind of addict you are because it can send you, you know, snowballing.
yeah, you can spiral out of control pretty easy. Yeah. The bottom line is though, and what I was kind of trying to get at is know that your health is absolutely in your hands. Now there are extenuating circumstances. There's issues here and there with people who get, you know, rare diseases or, you know, they're just unfortunate. But ultimately, you can absolutely change your course with regards to your health, and you don't probably. I'm not a medical professional, but most of the time you probably do not need drugs of any kind. Remember, guys, pharmaceutical drugs don't heal the underlying problem. They put a Band-Aid on it. They're just basically masking the symptoms is what they're doing.
And I haven't said this in a long time, but if you and I went to the bank and got $1 million loan, would we go around and say we're a millionaire? No, because we're in debt now.
Yeah.
Like you can't just go on a blood pressure pill and say my blood pressure's healed.
Yeah.
No, it is calming down the blood pressure, but you aren't addressing the root cause.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
there was.
Uh-oh.
I don't know though.
Well, we're getting close to 10 minutes
Okay,
now, so we
that's
can
enough.
probably, if we think of it, we'll try and bring it up tomorrow.
Yep,
So
we're eating like we have diabetes. If you have
Yes.
diabetes, this is how you should be eating. And if you don't believe us, get a glucose monitor. And Dexcom has the over-the-counter Stelo, Stelo, available without a prescription. Eat this food and eat what your diabetic educator or your endocrinologist tells you to eat, and see which one spikes your sugar the least, and then stick with that.
fantastic.
We've already done it. That's why we're with this.
Yeah, fantastic information. So, all right, guys, tell us what you're having for
Yes.
dinner. And if you have any questions, shoot them our way. And we love you guys. God bless you all. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.